Happy Alien Day, everyone! Welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite Dolphin, Danny, and I'm here on April 26th. I'm celebrating Alien Day. This is, a day dedicated to the Alien franchise, actually set by 20th Century Fox. And yes, this day references, the date is significant because it references the aliens' home planet in Aliens, LV-426. And yeah, that's the date of today, if you look at the calendar and such. But yes, it's Alien Day, Xenomorph Day, and I'm here to celebrate. You know, I'm a huge Alien and Aliens fan, and I love the Xenomorph, and yes, I'm here to, share some of my thoughts, and yeah, let's get right into it. The man behind the Alien Xenomorph concept art is H.R. Giger. Straight from Wikipedia, I don't think I could say it better. He was born on the 5th of February, 1940, and he sadly passed away on the 12th of May, 2014. He was a Swiss painter whose style was adapted from many forms of media, including record albums, furniture, and tattoos. The Zurich-based artist was best known for his airbrush images of human and machines linked together in a cold biomechanical relationship. Now, this is my favorite alien and creature design ever. I think it's the most scariest, and I love it. That goes for the Queen as well. I really like the Queen and the regular soldier aliens the most. Yes, I like some of the other xenomorph designs in comic books and games, but the Queen and the soldiers just hit home for me the most. I still remember the day when I was really young and my mom came home from college and she brought me the blue gorilla alien from the Kenner line. And I know the Kenner line isn't very accurate and people make fun of it kind of now, but I really fell in love with that gorilla alien my mom gave me. And she told me this is from a movie called Alien and Aliens, and I was really stoked. I wanted to watch the movies, of course, and yeah, I got by halfway through the first one. I was scared totally, and I actually turned it off. It was a couple years later, because I was really small at that time, like, I don't know, maybe 8 or even younger, whenever that toy line blew up. But, I was really young, and it took me a few years later till I actually could watch Alien and Aliens and totally fell in love with them. Now, I will be doing a VHS memory special of these movies as we get into October, but I still wanted to do this Alien Day thing as, I'm a huge fan, and yes, I'm a bigger fan of Alien than Aliens. I do like the sci-fi horror slasher and intensity of the first movie more, but I like the scenes of the Queen just as much as the first movie, but I do like the intensity of the first movie. It just held me in, it freaked me out as a kid, and I like how they have no weapons, and they're basically against, the evolutionary killing machine weapon of all time. And yeah, there's some intensity with no weapons and they're against the alien. And yeah, I fell in love when I saw the Xenomorph in action for the first time in that movie. It'll always just, special place in my heart seeing Big Chap, and I loved Big Chap, the Xenomorph. I basically wanted to marry him back then. I still do. I mean, he's got 2 mouths, darling. Now, the sequel, Aliens, me and my friend used to rent this all the time from the rental shop as kids, and I was more surprised to see this movie because it was more action-based than the first movie. And the weird thing is, even though it's more action-based, it didn't totally hold my attention as much until, of course, we got to the Queen. Now, one gripe I've always had with this movie is sometimes you don't get to see the soldier aliens that close up. I know that's probably due because they had a lot more aliens and they were blowing them up, in the first movie. Probably spent more of the budget on the actual Xenomorph because it was one suit, so they had to make it just outstanding. This movie was also directed by James Cameron. He had the idea of coming up with the Xenomorph Queen, so that's amazing. They're kind of like ants and stuff, and it's just an amazing thing that he came up with. I think that was a brilliant idea to the franchise. My friend Bromo prefers this movie over the first one because he likes a little more action-based. He's into guns and all that, and yeah, this is a terrific movie to watch with a friend, and yeah, I love this movie. I've never been big on Newton stuff. That's where some of my gripe comes into this movie as well. But yes, I love Aliens. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Now, it wouldn't be right if I didn't mention Sigourney Weaver, who I absolutely love. She plays Ripley in the Alien franchises. She really kind of even tripped me out as a kid because she had that more androgynous look, meaning kind of more male and female in appearance, which being a trans in my mind as a kid kind of freaked me out, but I also kind of liked it. I never seen a character in, the hero role, kind of with that look and appearance. And yeah, it made me think kind of how I wanted to be more female or look a certain way because she had kind of, had that tough kind of boyish look, and she's still very beautiful. When I watch it now, I can see more of the femme side, but as a kid, I kind of saw her more in the male side. It's strange, but yeah, and like I said, this whole thing about being trans and the alien stuff really played into my mind. This movie actually really shook up how I wanted to be and how I wanted to feel and stuff. And yeah, Sigourney Weaver, she's a sci-fi goddess, and I just love her. Oh my god, when I first saw the Alien Queen, I almost lost my mind. I loved her. I thought she was amazing. She was the badass of the colony. She was the Alien Queen. I even liked her tiny little arms and how she hissed. I absolutely fell in love with her, and she was and still to this day, one of my biggest all-time female role models. When her and Ripley square off, female against female back in the day, I loved it, because I never seen something on that level as a kid before. The chase out of the building, and when they fight at the end, when Ripley, Sigourney Weaver, Ripley's in that, kind of mech suit, those are my favorite parts of the entire movie, seeing the Alien Queen. There's just so many levels of the Queen that I love. I just love her to the end of time. I wanted to be just like her, and even, being trans, like I've said already, but, just to get it through, I wanted to be like her. I was like, why do I want to be like a woman alien? But I guess that's who I am. And, like I'm saying to this day, like I still hold her on the top pedestal when I think about it. I don't know which female role model, besides maybe my mom and my sister, that I can think of that I love more. It's just one of those things. I love so much about her. Like I said, I loved how, she was the badass of the colony. She was the Alien Queen, and like I said, that female against female thing at the end, oh my god, one of the best scenes in a movie I've ever seen. That's what I'm saying. I love that just as much as the first movie, and how the alien concepts all come together. I couldn't be happier. Yeah, I love that Alien Queen. I didn't really think of this as much as a kid because, this is a heavy thing to say, but, like, the xenomorph, the alien, is like the rapist of the universe. I know that sounds horrible, but, the queen, she has to lay her eggs. She doesn't need, like, a male to lay the egg. But then inside of the egg, there's a thing called a hugger. It looks like kind of like a hand, and once, a host, a person, even an animal approaches the egg will open, and this hugger will jump right out and stick to your face. Now, it puts a tube in your throat so you can still breathe, and you kind of basically pass out. And it lays like a parasite, like an egg inside of you. And yes, after a short time, the hugger will fall off, and yeah, you'll think you're okay. Maybe like in the first movie, go to have some food, and then all of a sudden that the combination, she didn't need a male, but she needed like a host, and to finish the transformation of the xenomorph. And shortly after, the time varies in different movies, I've noticed, but the alien will burst through your chest, breaking your rib cage, and out shoots the xenomorph in full xenomorph form. Well, it's like a baby form. It's like, in the movie, it's really small and scurries around the table, but it doesn't take long for it to basically get, human size, or like a big, tall human, but kind of skinny and lengthy. It doesn't take too much time for that. But yeah, I thought that was a heavy thing. I guess I might have thought of that concept before. I more got into that concept lately, just watching YouTube videos and stuff. But yeah, it sounds true. It's just a horrifying thing to say. The xenomorph, rapist of the universe. Hey, thank you for sticking around. I highly appreciate it. I was so stoked to feel better to get this alien video out, as last year I didn't get to make one, and I really wanted to do one this year. So happy my estrogen levels are up. Thank you for all the support. Let me know if you like the alien movies. Which ones do you like? I didn't even touch on Aliens 3 or Resurrection or Prometheus and that, because yeah, maybe that's a tale for a different day. But I really, I hold the first two movies above all of those movies. And the first two movies, I wish they had a true sequel, and they were planning to redo it, and then they didn't. But I really think they should get back into that, because that's what the fans and everyone wants, is the true sequel to Aliens 1 and 2. And even if it's years later, just do a true sequel. Let us know what happened more to Newt and Ripley and everyone. So yes, thank you for everyone for the support. Thank you for the loyal support. Yes, please like the video, comment, share the video. Let's get it out there. We're almost at our goals for the giveaways. I'm so excited, and yeah, I love you all. This is fun to make, and yeah, like I get to touch on, you know, I'd always be mostly gaming here, but I will touch on some Transformers and Aliens once in a while when I can, because I am a huge fan of the Xenomorph. So thank you for watching. As always, I want you to stay safe, stay strong, stay positive, and this dolphin might even catch you on that flip side, y'all. Bye! Nerd.